Alright, let's hop into this gym battle against Shadow.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Alright, so amazing team on Shadow's side. The one that stands out the most is Bidoof! I think this battle is pretty much already set though. There's no way I'm gonna be able to beat that, but we're gonna try. Alright, we're gonna try for the sake of trying. Alright. So I lead off with Electric. He leads off with Greninja. I decide to Mega Evolve. My voice is not 100%, so just bear with me. And the Mega Evolution happens. Intimidate happens, but it doesn't really matter unless it's some sort of physical attack in Greninja. I'm going to get the heck up out of there with a Volt Switch, and Greninja's going to go down to that because it is super effective.
That was legitness.
So, I bring in my Roadkill. Who's coming in? Necrozma. And I honestly didn't know what Necrozma was going to want to do. I was kind of fearful of what its potential, its power could be. And then it decides to go all Ultra Necrozma on me. So now I am a bit scared. Still not sure what it can do until it unleashes an Earthquake. I'm like, holy Christ, how much is it gonna do? It does, well, about 75%, no? Brings me down to my berry. Roadkill eats its delicious agave berry. And we set up the rocks for the latter stages of this battle. And I'm thinking, Roadkill, that's enough of this. Return! Needs to get somebody else in here because this thing could wreck things. So, I bring in my Liger Z Panzer. I create my Luxray. And it's going to take this Earthquake. And it takes it, does just over 50%. And I'm like, okay, let's lower your attack a little more. Just kind of sort of try to control all of this damage that's coming about. An X-Scissor comes out. I guess maybe predicting a switch. So I go for a Baby Doll Eyes. I was just trying to actually live another Earthquake so that it, because I thought an Earthquake was going to follow the first Earthquake. So it would have been enough for me to live. But because of the X-Scissor, the next Earthquake was just enough to take me out. Although I thought there was a small chance that I might live. But I was wrong! So I bring in my Electric. I'm like, alright, this thing's attack is on the floor. It's almost barely existent. So alright, let's bring this thing in here. Let's get some hits off on this Necrozma. And then build Ultra Necrozmite! Unleashed. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's not gonna do all that much, right? I can just live this. It's not a big deal. We can handle this, right? 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 Well, we shall see. Look at this thing. Look at it. In all its splendor. Electric just here waiting. Jesus Christ! So that thing hits. And the health just completely whittles all down and away. I was taken aback. I was like, my God, that thing. It was craziness. So an Earthquake was tried. It was tried, but not gonna hit Mon that levitates. So because of the critical hit, I'm pretty sure that was just enough to take out the Necrozma. So in will come in the Charizard. Gonna take a little bit of Stealth Rock damage. Bring it just to about the 50% mark. And then it unleashes. It shows us all that it's a Mega Charizard. Why? So I'm like, oh boy. Yeah, Switch is not going to deal with this very well. It's not going to appreciate it, I don't think, in the least. And what's more is I'm not entirely sure that it can live this. So, Swish, gonna take this solar beam and just go down. It's very unfortunate. So I decide to now bring in Albatross, my Electros. I need you to take care of this. And I wasn't sure how much a flamethrower would do, or even an overheat. I figured that could do a good amount of damage, even though I had certain investments on this thing. But judging by that solar beam's power, I was like, yeah, I don't think that was a good idea. Well, with regards to me actually living that. And also, the solar beam coming out, I think a lot of people mistake this Electros, or just Electroses in general, as water-type mons. Nope, pure electric. Pure electric. Delayed response on that. But in comes the Beedrill, so I know you can't Mega Evolve there, young bee. So I go for the coil, try to get my defenses up as well as my attack. Accuracy rise, not too much of a factor, as Beedrill decides to U-turn the heck up out of here. So I'm like, who is coming in? Who could possibly come in here? Mewtwo is who. So I'm like, holy Christ. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to handle this battle. I go for another coil, because in my head I'm like, well, actually no, that was previous. That was before the switch. I had gone for another coil, but in my head I'm like, if he goes for a side strike, that actually focuses on your defense, so I should be okay. I should be able to live this, possibly. Maybe.
That looks legitness.
I do. And my Electros eats its Figgy Berry. So, I go for the knockoff. It lives, unfortunately, but does a good amount of damage, just enough for me to be able to possibly take it out, unless I get destroyed by a Fire Blast. I do not. Albatross lives the Fire Blast. Finish off Mewtwo with a Thunder Punch. Now Beedrill returns. Takes a little bit of Stealth Rock damage. And Poison jabs me. Will it be enough? If it was Mega Beedrill, it would have been. But it's just going to go down to this Thunder Punch. Down goes the Beedrill. In enters Bidoof! And that's pretty much the whole fight. From here. So that's pretty much the whole fight. Bidoof wins. There's nothing else to really be said. Bidoof came in here and won the battle, really. I'm speaking from the afterlife, so for those of you that have survived somehow, thank you for watching the battle. Thank you very much. I will see you in the afterlife.